I was I was shocked because we had talked about it last week, and it was like it's going to release sometime the beta in August. And when Elon was throttling the views and the rate limit exceeded, I think Zuckerberg was like, "Let's go for it." Like he was on a bender, and he's just like, "Just do it. Let's just troll it." And he posted a Spider-Man meme. And look, you can say whatever you want about Zuckerberg. He certainly has this problematic situation, but I don't think he's an idiot, right? And he's a pretty smart guy, and he got the most downloads in the first 24 hours than any of the other platforms. It took him faster to get to a million than any other platform. And I think a majority of that was us trying to find a Twitter replacement. I'm not giving him credit for threads because there's still problems with threads. Like the fact that I'm seeing people that I'm not following. Like if you just fix that, I think it would blow up even faster. But I think I don't know what they're working on. But anyways, um, I think he saw a vacuum and someone had to fill the vacuum. Spill was gaining popularity. Blue Sky was gaining popularity. Mastodon, I think, posts kind of hit their shelf life and they were kind of like they're not Twitter replacements. You know what I mean? Spoutable was kind of gaining momentum. I think it was like a top 50 app, which is a big deal. And then Zuckerberg just said none of these are actual replacements. And he came out with his threads exist because Elon Musk bought Twitter. If Elon Musk did not buy Twitter, threads would not exist. And that's what's funny to me is because Elon wants to say it's a copycat league. Oh, you literally just copy and pasted Twitter. You just bought Twitter. You act like you're this super genius. I'm talking about Musk, right? He has crashed Twitter, and now I think threads will take over. Now, speaking of threads, the fact that we all signed up for it, not knowing that if you want to delete it, you have to delete your Instagram. I think people regret that. I think people are seeing people on their timeline that they're not following, and I think that has to be fixed. But other than that, John, I believe in my bet is that Threads is the closest competitor to Twitter, and I think if Twitter continues to get downgraded as it is, Threads will eventually take over.
Yes, yes. You said a mouthful, and I agree with a lot of what you said. Although here's some points I wanted to make, and some of them might be true, some of them might just be purely speculative. First and foremost, I think the first wave, and this isn't going to make Elon sleep any better at night. I think the first victims of threads will not be Twitter, although it's going to cut into Twitter. It's going to be all the also rans, right? All the also rans because don't you think like we knew this and we talked about this? It's a problem with Mastodon and Spoutable and then Spill was all of us were probably going to have a smaller percentage of the people we follow end up in the same place that we ended up in. Instagram is the best opportunity for me to potentially recreate my Twitter universe. Do we agree on that? Right. The other ones were never because it was too segmented. I would have friends that were going here, going here, going here, going here. So I think the first damage is going to be to the also rans. Um, the second piece, and we need to see the data. And I want to, and although Instagram has responded about the concerns about deleting the account. They didn't respond how I thought they would or should, so maybe I'm wrong. You do realize, in my opinion, the way I view it is I don't think of Threads as a separate account from Instagram. I think it's a feature for Instagram that's driven by apps. So when people are sitting there saying, "Well, to delete, um, to delete Threads, you got to delete," because you can delete the app. You would, but what I'm saying is to go off Threads, you have to go off of Instagram. But my belief is that I don't have a separate Threads account because if you go ahead, what's the first thing you do? You sign up with what? Your Instagram account. So that's kind of the reason why I believe that, you know, that's why it is the way it is. But that also brings up a second question. I need to know what percentage of my friends on Twitter that do not have Instagram accounts already are on Threads. what it seems like is that I'm art with my universe is largely connected to my obviously my Instagram friends and my Twitter friends who already have existing Instagram accounts. I've noticed that my Twitter friends who don't have Instagram accounts, they haven't necessarily migrated over as quickly as my friends who have Instagram accounts. Do you have any background, insider data on that to know? First of all, do you get what I'm saying? Is that I wonder, are these really unique signups, or are these just a bunch of Instagram users who are now just taking advantage of that feature? And these are Instagram users who wanted an alternative to Twitter.